I'll take you to the Supreme Court, where it is hearing a suit brought before it by a private citizen, Theodore Kofi Atakwate, who is asking the court to place an interlocutory injunction on the hearing by the Committee of Inquiry as part of processes for removal of the Chief Justice under Article 146 of the Constitution, pending the determination of the instant action. The plaintiff is also asking an order suspending the operation of the warrant of suspension issued by the President against the Chief Justice. Legal Affairs correspondent Lateef Idrisu joins me from court with more updates. Lateef, has court started already, and what's happening so far? Lateef, would you kindly unmute? Again, I will try and connect to Lateef again to bring us updates with that interlocutory injunction that a citizen is actually seeking the Supreme Court for. But slightly away from that, or maybe I'll just go back to Lateef because I have it now. Lateef, what's happening in court now? Lateef, kindly unmute. Again, we'll try and reconnect with my colleague who is currently at the Supreme Court, and we'll bring us some update on that particular story on how Mr. Korte is seeking an interlocutory injunction. Lateef, what's the update?
Yes, Amefa. So the particular case you just cited in your intro is not yet on the banner at the Supreme Court. What is being heard currently is a case brought before the Supreme Court by the Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral Systems. Now, this group, the thrust of their case is that the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, failed to furnish the suspended Chief Justice, her ladyship, Justice Gertrude Tokonu, with copies of the prima facie determination that was made against her, reason why the president went ahead to set up the committee that is currently undertaking its work. So what this group is asking the Supreme Court to do is to impose an interlocutory injunction on the processes, including the injunction on the committee that is currently hearing the matter. So it's asking for that. And then subsequently, this same group is hoping that a forum will be given to them to make a case for the entire process as initiated by the president to be quashed. And that is the case that is currently being heard. We heard from the lawyer for the plaintiff who made the case that indeed, as far as they are concerned, they are aware that the president has not furnished the suspended Chief Justice with the prima facie determination. Now, then come in, now before I even go there, this rate has the Attorney General as the first respondent. It has the suspended Chief Justice as the second respondent, and it has the chairman of the committee that is hearing the matter, Justice Scott Puaman of the Supreme Court. These three are respondents. Now, we heard from the lawyer for the plaintiff, and then we heard from the lawyer for the suspended Chief Justice. Now, he made a sharp contrast to what the lawyer for the plaintiff had said, because according to the lawyer for the plaintiff, the president failed to furnish the suspended Chief Justice with the prima facie determination. Now, lawyer for the suspended Chief Justice comes in, and his argument or his submission to the Supreme Court panel is that there has not been any prima facie determination as far as he is concerned. And I must reiterate, this is the lawyer for the suspended Chief Justice speaking. He says in his submission that as far as he is concerned, there has not been any prima facie determination by the president. If there were any such determination, it would have been captured in the communication between the executive secretary of the president to the Chief Justice. Now, the argument here is that if he did that, and I'm referencing the executive secretary of the president, if he did indicate reasons for the suspension of the suspended Chief Justice, that will be giving out details about the petitions. So his argument to counter that is that as far as he is concerned, the in-camera hearing about this whole petition and the hearing has to do with the in-camera hearing or the processes that is being undertaken by the committee established by the president, and not the communication as was done between the executive secretary of the president and the suspended Chief Justice. So the arguments have been made, and before I stepped out of the Supreme Court, Justice Sremsai, who is representing the Attorney General, that's Deputy Attorney General Justice Sremsai, was on his feet to make his own argument for the state on this particular matter. So the earlier one that was expected to come off has not happened yet. Okay. This is the latest from the Supreme Court, MFR.
Thank you so much, Lateef. I'll let you go so that you can go and follow the arguments in court and bring us the details in subsequent bulletins, Lateef.